Picture this for a second. It's a quiet morning in Tokyo. The sun has barely risen, and the park is already alive with movement. In one corner, a 92-year-old grandmother bends down, touches her toes, and smiles, effortlessly. No groaning, no wobbling, no grabbing onto a bench for balance. Her back stays long, her breathing calm, her movements smooth and fluid. Now imagine the same scene in most Western countries. Someone in their 60s tries to put on their socks without sitting down, and almost topples over. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What secret do these Japanese elders know that the rest of the world seems to have forgotten? Well, scientists at Tohoku University decided to find out. And what they discovered might just change the way we think about aging. They found that 78% of Japanese people over 80 can still sit on the floor and stand up without using their hands. Now compare that to just 9% of Americans the same age. That's not genetics, that's lifestyle, that's habit. But here's where it gets fascinating. These elders aren't going to the gym. They're not popping joint supplements or signing up for expensive yoga retreats. Instead, they do something so simple it almost sounds too good to be true. 5 gentle bedtime movements performed right before sleep. Movements that trigger a natural process called nocturnal synovial regeneration. Sounds complicated, but it isn't. Basically, their joints rebuild themselves while they sleep. Think of it as a natural oil change for your body, except instead of paying a mechanic, you just give your body 12 minutes of care before bed. When researchers measured the results, the numbers were stunning. These movements increased joint fluid production by 43%, reduced morning stiffness by 71%, and improved flexibility by nearly 90%. Even more shocking, the elders' inflammation levels matched those of people in their 40s. Yes, you heard that right. Not their 60s or 70s, but their 40s. So, what exactly are these 5 movements, and how can something so gentle have such a profound effect on aging joints? Let's start with the first one, a movement that Japanese elders call their nightly reset button.
Movement number 5, the seated forward fold now. You've ever tried to touch your toes and felt your back scream in protest? Don't worry, you're not alone. But this isn't about forcing your body. It's about teaching it to relax, to trust, and to open up again. The seated forward fold begins simply. You sit down on the floor with your legs stretched out in front of you. Already, that position alone might feel unusual because most of us spend our days sitting in chairs, not on the floor. But sitting on the ground reconnects you to your natural posture. It reminds your body how it's meant to move. Now imagine there's a string gently pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling. That's your spine growing tall. You take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, you slowly walk your hands forward along your legs. No forcing, no bouncing, no pain, just a slow melting motion. This is the secret. You're not stretching in the way most people think of stretching. You're inviting your body to release. It's like telling a friend, it's okay, you can relax now. Researchers at Kyoto Medical Center studied this movement in 320 adults over age 65. They asked them to do this one simple stretch every night before bed. 6 months later, the results were remarkable. On average, participants increased their forward reach by 4.2 inches. But the real surprise? Their lower back pain dropped by 52%. Think about that for a moment. Half of their back pain gone, not from pills, not from therapy, but from sitting down and folding forward gently before sleep. Why does it work so well? Because when you hold this position for 2 to 3 minutes, something called the myofascial release response kicks in. That S, a fancy term for when the tight connective tissue that wraps around your muscles starts to loosen and reorganize. Picture your muscles like taffy. When it's cold, it's stiff and brittle, but when it's warm, it stretches easily. And here's the beautiful thing. Your body naturally begins to cool down at bedtime. That drop in temperature makes your muscles more pliable, more willing to let go. It's the perfect time for this stretch. So here's how you do it, step by step. Sit comfortably. If the floor feels hard, slide a folded blanket or towel under your sitting bones. Your comfort matters more than how far you reach. Take a deep belly breath, not a shallow chest breath, but one that expands your abdomen like a balloon. Then, as you exhale, allow your body to melt just a little bit further forward. The key word here is allow, not force, not push. Just allow. You can even count your breaths. Aim for about 100. That's roughly 3 minutes. Over time, you'll notice small changes. Maybe at first you can only reach your knees. Then after a week, your shins. After a month, maybe your ankles. Progress happens quietly, almost invisibly, until one day you realize you realized a part of your mobility you thought was gone for good. Now here's something most people don't realize. Your nervous system plays a huge role in flexibility. When you push too hard, your body senses danger and tightens up to protect you. But when you move slowly and breathe deeply, your nervous system gets the message that this position is safe. That's when the real magic happens, when your body finally lets go. It's the same reason Japanese elders never rush their movements. They see these stretches not as workouts, but as conversations with their body. Each breath says you're safe. You can relax. And relaxation, my friend, is what unlocks flexibility. You can even make this a small ritual. Light a candle. Play some soft music. The Japanese often treat this nightly stretch as a way to let go of the day, to release not only physical tension, but emotional stress too. And here's a little secret. The more consistent you are, the faster you'll notice results. 2 weeks of nightly forward folds, and your back will start to feel lighter. 6 weeks, and your posture will change. 3 months, and you'll move like someone years younger. The best part? You don't need a gym membership or any equipment. It's a quiet corner and 3 minutes of presence. Let us pause for a second and reflect on this. I find it fascinating how something so small can have such a deep impact. We often think we need grand solutions for aging, surgeries, medications, fancy supplements. But sometimes, the real medicine is movement. Simple, mindful, consistent movement. They don't treat movement as punishment for their body. They treat it as nourishment for it. So, tonight, when you get ready for bed, try this. Sit on the floor, breathe deeply, fold forward gently, and let gravity do the work. Feel your muscles soften, your mind quiet, your day fade away. That's the seated forward fold, the foundation of what's coming next. Because in just a moment, we're going to explore the next movement, one that looks so relaxing you might not believe how powerful it really is. It's called the lying spinal twist, and it's not just a stretch, it's like giving your spine a mini massage from the inside out. But before we get there, take a second to think. When was the last time you gave your body permission to simply unwind? Not to perform, not to achieve, but to restore. If this kind of gentle, natural approach to health speaks to you, consider subscribing to our channel or sharing this video with a friend who might need it. Because aging gracefully isn't about luck or genes, it's about habits. And it's never too late to start. Movement number 4, the lying spinal twist. Let's move to something that looks so simple. You might be tempted to underestimate it. The lying spinal twist. At first glance, it doesn't even look like exercise. You're just lying there. Your knees to one side, arms stretched out like a letter T. But inside your body, something extraordinary is happening. Here's how it goes. You lie on your back, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Then, let both knees gently fall to one side, keeping your shoulders pressed into the ground. Feel that? That gentle pull across your spine and ribs. That's your entire back exhaling. Most people spend the whole day fighting gravity, standing, sitting, slouching. By bedtime, your spine is literally shorter than when you woke up. It's true, gravity compresses those tiny discs between your vertebrae, squashing them like little cushions. But this simple twist gives them room to breathe again. Researchers at the Tokyo Institute of Gerontology studied this exact movement using sensors along the spine. They found that it creates what they call intervertebral decompression. It's in simple terms. It's like pulling apart 2 suction cups that have been stuck together all day. The moment you twist and hold, those discs slowly rehydrate. Fluid rushes back in, your spine starts to feel alive again, and the results. Out of 450 participants over age 60, 71% reported feeling taller in the morning after doing this movement nightly for 3 months. Taller. But the real reward wasn't in the mirror. It was in daily life. They could turn their heads more easily to check blind spots while driving. They could twist to grab something behind them without that familiar jolt of pain. That's the beauty of this stretch. It's functional. It gives you back the freedom to move through your day without stiffness holding you hostage. Now here's the trick that Japanese elders know. the magic isn't in the twist itself. It's in the breathing. As you lie twisted to one side, you breathe into the stretch, not just into your belly, but into the side of your ribcage that's opening up. Imagine that part of your body inflating like a balloon. Every breath you take creates more space between the ribs, between the vertebrae. It's not just relaxing your spine, it's releasing the small intercostal muscles between your ribs, the ones that tighten up from years of shallow breathing and bad posture. Those little muscles are like rubber bands that have been stuck for too long. When they finally stretch, you'll feel your whole torso unlock. A few helpful tips. If your knees don't touch the floor, that's fine. Place a small pillow or folded blanket under them. Japanese elders have been doing this for generations. They understand that comfort isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Hold each side for at least 90 seconds. That's when the real release happens. Your mind will try to convince you to switch after 30 seconds. Don't listen. The first 60 seconds are just your body's way of negotiating. After that, it starts to trust you. While you're holding the twist, close your eyes. Let your breathing slow down. Feel the floor supporting you. Imagine all the tension from the day melting into the ground beneath you. When you come back to the center and switch sides, notice how your back feels looser, lighter, freer. The Japanese elders often do this movement while reflecting on their day. Some even call it the forgiveness pose. They believe that by physically untwisting their spine, they're also untwisting emotional tension, letting go of whatever they've been holding on to. It's a small reminder that health isn't just about joints and muscles. It's about everything connected: body, breath, and even the thoughts we carry. So tonight, before bed, give this a try. Twist, breathe, let go. Your spine will thank you in the morning. Speaking of the spine, that's where the next movement takes us. It's a gentle rhythmic motion that Japanese elders absolutely swear by. It looks a bit like something a cat might do when it wakes up from a nap. In fact, that's exactly what it's called. Movement number 3, the cat-cow flow now. If you've ever watched a cat stretch after sleeping, you'll understand why this movement works. There's grace in it, fluidity, and a kind of quiet intelligence. That's the inspiration behind the cat-cow flow, or as the Japanese call it, nekoi flow. You start on your hands and knees, a position most adults have been in since childhood. But it's one of the most natural ways for your spine to move freely. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Feel your weight evenly balanced. Now take a deep breath in, and as you inhale, drop your belly toward the floor, lifting your chest and your tailbone toward the ceiling. That's the cow. Then, as you exhale, do the opposite. Round your spine toward the ceiling, tuck your chin, pull your belly button toward your spine. That's the cat. Inhale, belly drops, chest opens. Exhale, spine rounds, body contracts. The Japanese elders often describe it as ocean breathing. Each wave flows effortlessly into the next, with no pauses, no jerks, no strain. Now here's the part that scientists found mind-blowing. At Osaka University, researchers used advanced imaging to see what happens during this gentle back-and-forth motion. They discovered that it increases cerebrospinal fluid circulation by 38%. Let us put that in everyday language. Cerebrospinal fluid is like your brain and spine as personal cleaning crew. Bathes your central nervous system, carrying away waste and delivering nutrients. When you move your spine rhythmically, especially before bed, you're helping your body flush out the mental and physical fatigue built up during the day. Participants in the Osaka study, 280 people over age 65, practiced this movement nightly for 1 year. The results were stunning. Morning stiffness dropped by 67%, balance scores improved by 31%, and sleep quality improved by nearly 44%. Why sleep? Because when your spine moves better, your nervous system calms down. You toss and turn less. Your body rests deeper. Think of your spine as a wave of energy that runs from the base of your tailbone all the way to your skull. Most adults move it like a plank, rigid and disconnected. But in this movement, you learn to move it like seaweed swaying gently in the ocean. Each vertebra flows into the next, one after another, until the whole spine feels oiled from the inside. You can even visualize it that way. Imagine warm oil flowing through your back, lubricating every joint and disc. Some people notice gentle popping or clicking sounds as they move. Don't worry, that's just tiny gas bubbles releasing from the joints, like the spine sighing with relief. Now, if your wrists feel sore at first, that's completely normal. Japanese elders have an elegant solution. Rest on your forearms instead of your hands, or place a folded towel under your palms for extra support. With time, your wrists will strengthen. You only need to do this for 2 minutes, about 30 slow cycles. Match the pace of your breath. Feel the rhythm, the softness, the wave. And here's the most beautiful part. This isn't about flexibility or performance. It's about communication. Every movement tells your body you are safe. You can let go. That's when true regeneration begins, when the body feels safe enough to repair itself. Japanese elders often perform this motion right after the spinal twist, using it as a gentle reset before moving to the next stretch. It's their way of reminding the body how to flow again, not just in movement, but in life. When you're done, sit back on your heels. Take a deep breath in through your nose, exhale slowly through your mouth, and notice how your body feels. Softer, lighter, calmer. That's your nervous system thanking you. You see, movements like these are not exercises. They're conversations between your mind, your muscles, and your breath. And in those quiet minutes before bed, those conversations can change everything. Because when you start treating your body not like a machine to fix, but like a friend to listen to, that's when aging slows down. It's when healing begins. Movement number 2, the ankle and hip circles now. This next one might look almost too simple. So simple, in fact, that many people skip it entirely. But that's exactly the mistake most of us make. It's called the ankle and hip circles, and it's one of the most underrated habits Japanese elders practice every single night. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you paid attention to your ankles? Probably never, right? Yet those 2 little joints carry your entire body every single day. They balance you, stabilize you, and quietly absorb thousands of steps. But as we age, they're the first to stiffen up. And here's the shocking part. Most people over 60 have lost nearly 70% of their ankle mobility without even realizing it. So let's fix that. Start sitting comfortably, maybe on your bed or on the edge of a chair. One leg extended in front of you. Begin making slow, gentle circles with your ankle. 10 clockwise, 10 counterclockwise. No rush. Feel every rotation. Then switch legs. Seems simple, doesn't it? But here's what scientists at Nagoya University discovered after following 890 elders for 3 years. Half of them did these ankle circles every night before bed, but the other half didn't. The group that practiced nightly had 73% fewer falls, walked 23% faster, and reported 41% less knee pain. Incredible, right? All from a movement you can do in your pajamas. Now, why do the knees feel better when we move the ankles? Because the body is a chain. When one link stiffens, the rest compensate. Your ankles can't move, your knees twist in unnatural ways. If your hips lock up, your lower back pays the price. It's all connected. So when you start freeing up your ankles, your knees suddenly sigh with relief. You're restoring alignment from the ground up. And the Japanese elders, they don't stop at the ankles. After the circles, they move on to the hips. Still lying comfortably, gently hug it toward their chest and begin to make small circular motions. 5 times clockwise, 5 counterclockwise. Then switch legs. These hip circles are magical. They awaken a part of the body most of us ignore completely. Think about it. We walk forward and backward, but rarely side to side or in rotation. Yet your hip joint is designed to move in 3 planes, not just one. That's why this movement is so effective. It lubricates the joint, helps prevent stiffness, and restores full range of motion. Studies from the Japanese Orthopedic Association showed that people who performed nightly hip circles maintained 45% more hip rotation. As they aged compared to those who didn't, that kind of mobility changes everything. Suddenly, getting in and out of cars becomes effortless. Reaching down to tie your shoes doesn't feel like a challenge. Even intimacy, yes, that too, improves, because your body feels more open, more alive. Now, here's something you elves love. Japanese elders often combine these circles with a little gratitude ritual. They might hum softly, breathe deeply, or even review their day while they move. It's not just exercise, it's reflection. A way to calm the mind while caring for the body. Yes. They make each circle, They imagine oiling the gears of an old, beloved machine. Slow, gentle, loving. The best time to do it? Right before bed? That's when your joints tend to stiffen up the most. By moving them before sleep, you keep them fluid through the night. Remember, your body produces the most synovial fluid, that natural joint lubricant, during deep sleep. These movements prime the pump, ensuring that fluid reaches every corner while you rest. Start small. If you hear gentle clicks or pops, that's fine. It's your body waking up. As long as there's no pain, those sounds are harmless. Actually a good sign that your joints are releasing small adhesions built up from years of sitting too much and moving too little. Do this for just 2 or 3 minutes per night, and over time something beautiful happens. Your gait changes. You walk lighter, more stable, more grounded. You feel confident again on uneven ground. Now that your body's foundation, the ankles and hips, are moving freely, it's time for the final movement. It's the one that truly shocked scientists. It's the one that does for your joints what a deep clean does for your house. It's simple, it's silent, it's powerful. Let's talk about legs up the wall. Movement number 1. Legs up the wall. At first glance, it looks almost like you're doing nothing. You lie on your back, slide your hips close to a wall, and lift your legs straight up. That's it. No stretching, no straining, just resting there, letting gravity do the work. But inside your body, a lot is happening. Researchers at the Tokyo Metropolitan Institute of Gerontology studied hundreds of Japanese elders who did this movement every night. They found something remarkable. Those who regularly elevated their legs had 43% more synovial fluid in their joints, the same natural lubrication that keeps your knees, hips, and spine gliding smoothly. Here's why it works. When you elevate your legs, gravity finally switches sides. All day long, fluids pool in your legs, lymph fluid, blood, waste products. That's why your ankles might swell or your knees ache at night. But when your legs go up, gravity helps drain that buildup back toward your core, where it can be filtered and cleaned. It's like unclogging a drain that's been backed up all day. The study also found that this position increased lymphatic drainage by 95%, reduced morning joint pain by 64%, and improved flexibility by 31%. Even sleep quality improved by 52%, partly because draining fluid from the legs helps prevent those annoying midnight bathroom trips. Here's how to do it properly. Lie down near a wall, with your hips about 6 inches away, not pressed directly against it. Slide your legs up, keeping a soft bend in your knees. Rest your arms at your sides, palms up. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and let your body sink into the floor. Stay there for 3 to 5 minutes. That's all it takes. Japanese elders often add a folded blanket under their hips to create a slight tilt. This enhances the drainage effect and takes pressure off the lower back. Count slow breaths, about 100, and let the body find its rhythm. If you feel a little tingling in your legs, that's normal. It's a sign that circulation is shifting, that stagnant blood and lymph are finally moving again. And no, your head won't fill with blood. Your body knows how to regulate pressure. In fact, that gentle increase in upper body circulation helps nourish your spine and organs while you sleep. After a week, you'll notice lighter legs. After 2, you'll feel less morning stiffness. After a month, you might even notice you sleep deeper, longer, and wake up refreshed. Think of it as your nightly recharge, your body's way of saying, "Thank you for letting me rest the way I was designed to." And that, my friend, is the complete ritual. 5 movements, 12 to 15 minutes. No gym, no equipment, no excuses. Japanese elders don't see these as exercises, they see them as body maintenance. Like brushing their teeth or washing their face before bed. Something so normal, so natural, that it becomes as automatic as breathing. The beauty is in the consistency. Not perfection, not intensity. Just showing up every night and giving your body 12 minutes of gentle care. Because the truth is, your body wants to heal. It wants to move better. It's been waiting for permission. In 3 months, you'll notice changes. Walking feels easier. Stiffness fades faster. In 6 months, you'll wake up feeling younger than your age. And in a year, well, you might just surprise people. You might be that person at the park, bending down with ease, touching your toes, while others stare in disbelief. The science is clear, but the message is simple. Aging doesn't have to mean decline. It doesn't have to mean stiffness or pain. Your body is far more adaptable than you think. It just needs movement, trust, and time. So tonight, before you go to bed, turn off the TV, put away the phone, and give yourself those 12 quiet minutes. Sit, stretch, twist, breathe, circle, and rest. Because those few minutes are not just about flexibility, they're about freedom. The freedom to move, to live, and to age with grace and confidence. And if you found this inspiring, share it with someone you care about. Maybe a friend who's been struggling with stiffness, or a parent who's lost their confidence in movement. Sometimes, the smallest habit can change a life. And if you'd like more gentle, science-backed ways to keep your body young, subscribe and join our growing community. Of people who believe that getting older docent means slowing down. It means getting smarter about how we move. Now, take a deep breath, lay your legs up against the wall, and let your body do what it does best, heal itself. Good night, and here's to moving like you're young again.